follow me all my days.
Hi YouTube, so it's your girl Zamali, right? And I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm coming to you just for a few reasons. Number one, there have been some lifestyle changes in my life. For the past month, I have been weaning myself off of meat, and right now I'm really dedicated to getting healthy, and therefore I have become a pescatarian. So that is a form of vegetarianism. Basically, I will eat seafood, but I will not eat any meats. So I am not a vegetarian because I do eat seafood. However, I don't eat chicken, I don't eat beef, I don't eat pork, I don't eat lamb, I don't eat none of that stuff. So right now, that's the lifestyle choice that I have decided to make. There's another thing going on in my life, amongst many things. Secondly, I am moving. So this will be one of the last videos you'll see in this house, and so I wanted to make it a video about my new lifestyle. And so today I will be making tofu chicken nuggets. So I'm going to adjust the camera now, try to get it to where you can see what I'm doing. And this is my second time cooking tofu, so I'm going to be honest with you about how it turns out. And if there's anything that I have as far as the pointers go, I will let you know if there's things you can do that will make it better. So let's get started. It's going to be a little bit of a... Okay, everyone, I know there's some mess in the background, but I'm going to ask that you excuse it because I just told you that I'm moving, and so yeah, it's a little bit of a mess in here. But anyways, today I'm making tofu, but I'm going to use the classic shake and bake to do so. I will put the name of the YouTuber who kind of inspired this for me. This is more of a southern fried chicken type of tofu. And so, I'm going to get started. Number one, I have my tofu. This is extra firm, of your choice, and I have pressed it. Essentially what you do is you put paper towels on the bottom, you put paper towels on the top, cover it with another plate, and then add something like a can to add a little bit of pressure. This allows the tofu to, have its excess moisture removed and give you a nice piece of firm tofu to cut into and make more, make it look more like meat. So just for the sake of this, because obviously we are using obviously I have a limited amount of space that I have, I'm going to try to do everything within the camera shot. So I'm going to start off with my dip, and this is what you'll be making to dip your tofu in before you put it in the shake and bake. So I'm starting off with some red crushed pepper flakes because I want it to be spicy, and for health reasons, you want to kind of avoid hot sauce because it has a lot of sodium in it. Okay, I'm adding some extra virgin olive oil. It's my favorite Goya. Love Goya everything. And I'm also going to use some basting oil by Wegmans. And this is like a rosemary. I think it has garlic and herbs. Excuse me, garlic and herbs. So you can shake it up to get some of the herbs in there. And this is soybean based or grapeseed oil. Excuse me, grapeseed oil and canola oil. So these are still good oils. And just add a little bit of that. I'm mixing it with the basting oil because the basting oil has a lot of natural herbs and spices in it. And the olive oil is not an oil that has a smoke point that is as high. So sometimes canola oil works better. So next I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut my tofu. Okay, I'm going to cut it into nice chunks. So here we go. And this size block of tofu is about 5 servings of tofu. I'm going to make my nuggets fairly big because, you know, I want it to, you know, be flavorful and, you know, not be too small. You know, so here's the tofu. Okay, so I'm going to dip it into my olive oil. And by the way, following the shake and bake directions, I do have my oven on 400 degrees preheating. So I dipped it into the oil. Now I'm going to let it sift around the shake and bake. Now the reason why I'm not putting this into a bag is because tofu can be a little soft and I'm scared that it will break. So, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and use it this way. You can put a couple pieces in at a time. So I'm dipping it in the oil and then I'm dipping it in the shake and bake. I'm going to come back to you once I've done all that and show you the final results. I will be baking this tofu based on the directions of the shake and bake, and I would suggest you do the same, and then we'll see the final results in about. Okay, YouTube, so now you see the tofu nuggets, I guess you want to call them, completely shaked, and now I'm ready to bake them. As I said, I have my oven on 40 degrees, or excuse me, 400 degrees. The reason why I dip them in oil, because I know a lot of people might be wondering if that's, you know, really defeating purpose of the health, you know, reasons for eating tofu. Number one, olive oil is a good oil, as well as canola oil and grapeseed oil. These are not saturated fat oils or trans fat oils. These are healthy oils for you, and tofu has no natural oils in it. Therefore, you know, to fry something or to get that crispiness, you need to place it in oil, and to have that fried chicken effect, you need to have some oil in order to get that. And so I had to add it to the tofu because it doesn't have it naturally. And of course, the olive oil is probably better than a fat from a meat substance. So overall, it is something that is fairly healthy. Now, of course, you don't want to do this every day. Fried foods, including the ones you bake in the oven, are not for every day. These are things that you do every once in a while. I have been craving, you know, something, and rather than going to McDonald's and getting some chicken nuggets or Wendy's or KFC, I decided to give this a try. So this is a once in a blue moon thing. This is not an every night meal, because even tofu fried and eaten every night is not going to be good for you. So tofu has about 80 calories per serving. Again, after you add the shake and bake and the oil and everything like that, you're talking about approximately less than 150 to 200 calories per serving for this tofu. And then I will be eating it with a vegetable and no starches to balance out the amount of calories and the protein that I'm eating. And of course, tofu is a good protein source if you are you know, choosing vegetarianism to lose weight. So I'm about to put these in the oven. Okay, so hi YouTube, this is your girl, the Molly Right. I am back, and I'm here to give you my honest review of this recipe. And again, I'm going to put a link of the YouTuber who inspired this. She didn't use shake and bake, but she inspired me by the process of dipping this into oil. So I will provide you with her link as well, since she did a homemade flour mixture. So as you saw in the picture, I have peas, a tomato. This has no salt seasoning on it, which is like dried peppers and garlic powder and things like that. A little bit of salt on it. My peas, I did put 1 pack of Splenda in the peas to make them sweet, because these are frozen peas. And then I have my nuggets. Okay, so just first let me tell you that pointers, I will say that next time I will marinate this, because I think the meat could be, or the tofu could be marinated a little bit so the flavors will run through. I mean, like salt, pepper, some no salt seasoning, stuff like that, and I will try to come to you with that new and improved recipe as well. But I did put a little hot sauce in it because the heat did not stick with the tofu, and I realized it needs a longer time to marinate. So that's the reason why I marinate. But just looking at this, I mean, yeah, this stuff, you can't even tell that it's not chicken. Excuse me. So thumbs up. Shake and bake tofu, the bomb. I know this is a little hood. Do I have a measuring thing? Helps you measure. You got calories in your juice too, but this is a bomb lemonade. It's like sugar-free lemonade with a little vanilla in it. It's a bomb. So that's it for me, YouTube. First time frying tofu, and I'm really loving it. So if you have any questions for me, let me know. Excuse me, I know I'm showing. If you have any questions for me or anything like that, let me know. I do have a new channel, and I'll be letting you know about that before I move, and just come back with a little bit of an update. So that's it for me. Bye.